Welcome to the Don't Make This Weird podcast, live from the Arctic Circle. My name is Joey Strange, and I'm here with Tony and Heather. How's it going, guys?
It's going great.
Good. And our special guest tonight is Lydia.
Hi, guys.
Hey, welcome
Hi,
on.
Lydia. How you doing?
Good.
How's everybody doing today?
Good, good.
I made zucchini bread today with homemade goulash.
It was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good combo.
Pretty good.
Yeah, my stomach hates me right now.
I bet it does.
Those,
You're a brave man.
Well, you know, all fresh from the garden, mind you.
That's awesome.
The zucchini, the tomatoes, the onion, the pepper. Yeah, it was.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You created something.
Well, you know, I went to the library and it was great because before I took the square foot gardening class, they were teaching us how to make beer at the library. And I thought that was
Yes.
great. Like, yeah, local library, let's learn how to make beer.
people get those beer making kits, but I don't think they ever use them.
They
And
put them in their garage sales in about a year.
my grandpa got one for Christmas one year, and he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great," and he never opened it. But I think it might still be in his shed somewhere. Like,
Let's go get it.
I was gonna say we might have to try this out. Their loss.
Yeah, those of you listening out there, if you have any great beer recipes, let us know.
or great recipes of any kind,
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
especially food. I love food.
And if you follow us on Facebook, we'll put all of our recipes up there for homemade goulash and zucchini and any
All
other.
of Tony's recipes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's-
I'm the fat kid of the group, so
Wait, you don't cook, Joey? You don't make anything?
Not really. I mean, I can. I'm capable of doing it. I just choose not to.
I'm a baker. I
She
bake.
is. She made me some gluten-free cupcakes for my birthday, and they were
That's right.
fabulous.
we're gonna get along great.
I mean, they fell apart,
It
but they
didn't
were
matter.
still
They were
delicious.
still good. So, and I didn't think that was possible. I was like, oh, I have that allergy. I can't have cake.
Well,
So-
you just use rice flour.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
It was really good.
That's
like
what I
them.
should have used because I made her gluten-free zucchini bread.
Yeah.
Yep.
It did. And it's good.
Rice bread is really
appreciate it.
good.
Gluten-free is
Shoot me the
not
recipe.
cheap.
Are you making anything for the relay?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the relay. That's coming
just-
up. What, Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah.
It's at a new location at the high school here in Cairo.
Yeah.
And
That's the Relay for Life. If any of
Relay
you are
for Life.
confused.
The Tuscola County Relay for Life.
And what we're making is music.
Yes.
So,
Nice segue.
Oh, you're good.
Oh man,
It's like you've done this before.
You know,
once.
a couple times maybe I've podcasted. No, I haven't ever.
Well, please explain to our audience so far why the Relay for Life is important to all of us,
Well-
especially you, Heather.
Well, me personally,
I mean, I hate it. There's no beer tent.
no, it's this year especially is a really important one to me because the day on the 19th that we actually go on stage at 9:45 p.m.
Yes.
And that is a big thing to me because this year on that day marks my 3 years cancer free.
Yay.
That is awesome.
So that's a huge thing for me. Plus, you know, I lost my mom to pancreatic cancer as well. So I mean, so I kind of in honor of her, and then I get to celebrate that. So
And it'll be your second year on stage performing.
it will too. I got to do it last year as well. It was great.
And that band is
Sister Edge and the Wicked Messengers. Yeah.
What's that again?
Sister Edge and the Wicked Messengers.
I like it.
Mm-hmm. Got a pretty good thing going on.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah. She's with 4 other guys in the band, you know, myself included. So
right. And then we now have our
producer.
producer.
Yeah.
and
who's that?
helps with the stage,
That would be the guy sitting over there with the hat backwards.
Mr. Joey Strange.
Joey!
So, but yeah, so it's a great cause, and I hope that people will still make it out there, even though it's not at the fairgrounds. It's out at the high school this year
Yep,
on the new
right.
track.
For
Yeah.
all of you dumbasses, that's at the high school, not the fairgrounds. One more time, at the high school.
You
Not the
know,
fairgrounds.
tons of people are going to show up.
I hope so.
They have
I do.
signs
I mean,
everywhere, and they've
usually
got
they
one
do.
on the little LED thing for the high school too.
Oh,
did they? I
okay.
didn't see that.
Yeah.
See, now I didn't see that.
See?
Yeah.
So now I'll have to look for that.
Plus, they've got the big banner right out on 81 next to Can Rock, right across the street from Subway. So
Yeah.
Cool.
And you actually are starting out. Is it after the Survivor lap?
it's after the opening ceremony.
Opening
I'm
ceremony.
in another band, and I'm still trying to figure out how that happened this year.
Right.
I'm in the Looking Up band. It's a praise and worship band. and we've done a handful of gigs so far.
So that is the Looking Down band, the satanic worship band.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Praise
I don't-
Lucifer.
If my aunt's listening, she's probably going to smack me in the back of the head.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. It's a looking up band.
The looking up end, yeah.
Tony. Okay. All right.
So yeah, and
Can I start the Looking Down band? And we can rival?
sure. We'll open up for Slayer and Cannibal Corpse.
What time did you say you were going on again?
Well, I have to be there Friday night for early setup. So if anybody that is out there wants to come help, we're doing it 6 o'clock Friday night for early setup. And then obviously the rest of us are going to be there fairly early in the morning to throw lines, run PA, set up the stage, get all of the logistics and the kinks worked out of everything, kind of like how we did here. We wanted to take the hour, but it was what, the last 15, 20 minutes?
It was a solid 20 minutes of me untangling.
It really
Thank you
was.
again for that,
Yeah,
Joey.
Joey,
Lydia
thank you.
appreciates that.
I really do.
We can hear her now.
How did that cord break in the 24 hours?
I have no idea.
It worked last night, and then I plug it in. It's like, nope.
Just to mess with you. That's
My
why.
cord works though. The cord that I brought from home because I take care of my stuff.
Shut up, Joey.
Just throwing that out there.
Just take Joey
But no,
Jones.
I volunteered this year with Tabitha. She's the entertainment coordinator or director or
And stage manager as well, isn't she?
well, that's the
That's what you're doing
job
this year.
that I volunteered for this year because
Why
like
would
I
you
said,
do that to yourself?
I know I got 2 bands. I'm the
Because
stage
Tabitha-
manager.
Tabitha's great though.
Tabitha's
She's-
amazing.
she
And
deserves
Tabitha,
help.
if you're listening, thank you again for everything because you've been awesome. And I did relay the message to Josh for the cotton candy. So
Yeah, our drummer is obsessed with cotton candy. He was so upset last year there wasn't any. He was going to play this year.
yeah, I know. It was sad. There was no cotton candy. So for all of you guys listening out there, if you come see our band at the Relay for Life, make sure you bring cotton candy for our drummer.
Because
I
he's a
think someone's
diva.
speaking over there.
Just kidding. He's not a diva.
He's a little bit of a diva. I think all of you are, but that might just be the producer in me.
Like,
Yeah,
be
you're
the
all
producer
divas.
and
Yeah. So a little bit of history about Joey is what, 2.5 months ago now?
What day is it?
Yep.
What year is it?
well, that would be 2017.
No, it's like 2 months.
It's 2 months. Yeah.
2.5 is fair.
Came to me and signed on because we'd worked in the studio prior to that and said, hey, I want to learn. So he pretty much stepped into the producer role. And since then, we've had nothing but magic happen in the studio because Joey's really good at his job.
I'm really mean. That's why.
Don't let
Really
him fool
mean
you
to
guys.
people.
I don't feel like you are, but I don't want you to start being mean to me. So, I mean, I guess you already are being.
Start.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about this last night. I'm like, since I came around here, I've been being hazed, and I don't think it's ever stopped.
Usually when the new person comes along, you stop being hazed.
Oh,
Really?
But then the
shit.
new person starts hazing you.
Yeah.
And so now, yeah.
So
you're
that's
like,
what I get, and that's.
it's like a prison yard. I just see the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the yard. Kick him in the dick.
That would be the guy over on the couch right now in this room.
Oh, I don't know if I'd mess with him.
Security. Security.
Keith is studio security.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Keith.
We unfortunately don't have a mic for Keith, but
We
he
probably
is-
could have.
Yeah.
Could have set something up,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
We'll have to bring him on one of these times, though, as our special guest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Shout out to Keith.
And
Yeah,
our
shout out to Keith.
security.
Whitaker.
And yeah, he's 6'4". 6'4". I wouldn't mess with him.
I thought it was 6'19".
About, yeah.
That's what it looks like to me, man.
I know, and I'm over here going,
Well,
I'm
Lydia,
5'1".
you're what, like 2'5"?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
It's finally somebody that is shorter than me. Sorry, Lydia.
So, you know,
But
it's all
I'm
right.
used to being the shortest one, and it's kind of nice.
Do you know how weird it is for me to be around children?
Oh, I hear you.
They're all looking at me like right in the.
Nothing
They're
tells
vicious
you.
respect.
too.
Yeah.
That's scary. They're vicious too.
I know.
Kids can be.
Get no respect, and then they climb all over me, and then it's really weird.
They're like, no, I'm just short, not a jungle
Whoa.
gym.
Whoa!
Yeah, but so you can give them that whole look. I'll cut you if you mess with me.
I do though. I do. I have one of those looks. I keep it locked away deep down inside.
He brings it out for special occasions.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's like that look that Keith was talking about earlier. He was just like that the whole murder you look. You just sit there and stare at him to where it's completely uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
And then just when they like look away for a second, you lick your lips and then go back to looking at them with the murder look.
Wow, that just got weird.
Wow.
Wow.
It
Wow.
just got a little weird.
Don't make this weird.
I intend to.
I'm just
Can't
over
say
here
yes.
licking my
Already been
lips.
weird.
Don't mind me.
Looking my way. So
It's like that bit in Family Guy where they're like talking about when they say the movie title in
Yeah.
the movie, and he like freaks out. You know what I'm talking about? Oh,
I don't
this is
I'm
awkward.
lost.
me too. I'm not a
This is
Family
You
kinda
Guy
lost
weird.
me.
person, I guess. But, so now that we talked about you being the producer, a
Yeah.
little bit more about what we do in the studio is how many people do we have that usually come around
Mass
when we record?
orgies.
Yeah.
No.
The studio is not a safe space. Let's just throw that out there for all of the people. Studio, you're going to get, yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of me talking shit to you.
That is
Let's-
true.
let's be
That's the
honest.
job of the producer, though.
I don't know if that is. I don't think that's the description. But
But he
that's
can't
often
help
what
himself.
happens.
If Rick Rubin could do it with Johnny Cash going, all right, look, Johnny, you're just not, I'm not believing what you're presenting here. Johnny Cash. I mean, really?
I wouldn't say it to Johnny Cash.
But it's Rick Rubin.
Well, I mean, I
You
can't. He's
can.
dead. So
Well, that's just weird.
Johnny Cash was a scary dude. I don't think I would have said anything to him.
I would have told him how beautiful of a person he was.
He'd be like, "Shut up."
Probably.
Are you lighting the loafers, boy?
I don't even know what that means.
That's probably what he would have said. I just imagine.
Are you
it.
lighting the loafers? I'm wearing sneakers. So no.
I can hear your train coming.
That'll fix your wagon.
That
Johnny
got
Cash.
weird.
So yeah, what we do with the studio is I've been a musician for good Lord.
You're
Probably-
old.
Yeah, I know. Probably almost 30 years.
I can't get the live chat to come up on my
Oh,
phone.
I just seen that. MCAT said she has some good recipes for a wine reduced ravioli.
I'm
But
listening.
You had me at one.
But I don't measure my ingredients. She says.
Oh,
Well, would you start doing that? I mean,
Yeah, could you
do a
uh,
Facebook live
your-
feed so we can watch.
Yeah.
at
get
least.
your
I
life
mean-
together. How about that? Emma's a friend of mine.
Very cool.
No,
She's dope.
but no, I've been a musician for almost 30 years, and I initially, did the whole touring and on the road and whatnot, and started to go to recording studios, and paying ridiculous amounts of money for less than par reproductions of how many hours I spent constructing songs and working out parts. So I said, screw it, I'm going to do this myself, and decided to become a recording engineer. That was back in 2001. Wow, what a long journey.
wow, 16 years.
Yeah, 16 years of sitting behind a console and going, okay, you ready? You in? You in? All right, let's go.
You have to really love something in order to do that for 16 years.
Taking the leap of faith of being self-employed and doing something you love, you will never work a day in your life. And the thing that I love about that is it comes with all kinds of fun challenges.
And by fun, you mean?
Yeah, give us an example.
And by fun, he means making me untangle his cords. For him.
There you go.
Right.
This 16 years have been worth it.
Oh, yeah.
16 years. Now he's got a manservant.
Don't everybody talk at once.
All right.
Jeez.
I'm trying to drink here so I can.
You can't both take
Oh.
drinks at the same time. You can't-
Right, exactly.
It was
What-
just
what
me
are
and
some-
Lydia.
You gotta.
If
You
he
gotta.
does it, I do it. I can't think for myself.
So, with the studio, like the whole aspect of the studio,
It's a
what
studio.
was something that got you into? I mean, just being a musician. I mean,
Jimi Hendrix.
That's a lie.
No, I
Why?
was 3-4 years old, something like that. And I heard this noise coming from the living room. Mind you, I was, trying to get my head stuck between the bars of my crib, which worked successfully.
I bet it did.
It explains a lot, trust me. And I heard this noise. I'm like, what the heck is that noise and how do I make it? So years down the road, I was, I don't know, probably 8 or 9, listening to my uncles and my mom's and my grandmother's record collection. Pulled out this nice fold-out LP of all of these cool pictures from this place called Woodstock. And it was the Double Live record from Woodstock from 1969.
Wow.
And Jimi Hendrix is playing the Star Spangled Banner on there. That was the coolest thing I had ever heard up to that point, because I didn't realize that was a guitar and you were making noise with the guitar. So I went, okay, I want to do that. 14 years old, I get a guitar from a JCPenney's catalog. And
Nice.
yeah, oh, dude, it was
You are old.
Yeah, those aren't
What is catalog?
it's something we use for TP, stupid.
You make Christmas trees out of them.
Yeah. So anyways, I get this thing and I played it for about 3 months, and I was in a band, air quotes.
We've all been there.
You're right. And my bass player decided to break it over his head. So I'm like, okay, I need another guitar. So I went up to the local
What a
mom.
dick.
Well,
Right? Who does that?
okay, I
What?
set the standard for this guitar because it wasn't even in tune, and I hit the strings the first time and I broke 3 strings on it. I'm like, well, this is going to be fun.
So what you're saying is you actually paid your friend to break it over his head
More or less, yeah.
so you could get a new guitar.
That's right.
Let's all be
I'm
honest.
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry, mystery bass player. I retract my statement. Tony's the dick now.
So I
Sorry
get,
about your head, dude.
oh, he loved it. It was like, I don't know, a cigar box with strings. Not knocking cigar boxes, because I actually have one over there. But so yeah, that started the journey of figuring out how to play that goofy instrument, because from a physics standpoint, it should not make sound. Go figure. It does, because no matter where you touch it, tap it, kick it, swear at it, it makes noise.
It's possessed.
What about you, Lydia? How'd you get into music?
Oh boy.
What was one of your bands or artists that that you really wanted to like? Or
Let me guess. Tiny Tim.
No. Mm-mm. No.
That was my best guess.
It was a horrible guess.
I tried.
You suck, you jackass.
That's my line.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Wow.
actually had a lot of encouragement from my high school band teacher.
Really?
He was a really cool guy. See, when I was like in junior high, we had a really old
There you go. That's
band teacher that he was no fun at all. He retired, and we got Scott, who he didn't want us to call him by his last name. He was just Cool Scott. And he started the whole jazz band, and then he started a choir, and it just so happened that he asked me to sing something so that they could practice or something. I don't remember how it went, but that was my aha moment.
Really?
Yeah, because he was impressed, so
were
I
you-
was impressed, and
Were you in choir or in band?
both.
Really? What did you
Both.
play in band?
Clarinet, and then I played bass clarinet.
I played clarinet.
I played
Evil
clarinet too.
instrument.
I played clarinet for a month, and then I was like, "This is stupid."
Wait a
Well-
minute. So we all play clarinet
I did,
in
yeah.
band?
But
I originally wanted to play sax, but it was too expensive, so my mom wouldn't buy me a saxophone. So she's like, "You're playing clarinet. It's the same thing."
All
I'm
the
like,
poor
"Okay,
kids
Ma."
played clarinet.
yeah. But I played until my my music teacher caught me having somebody else write the notes for me because I didn't learn how to write them.
Oh no.
So they were all written in red. I somehow thought that I was gonna get caught doing that. So then after that, I just kind of.
You know what's funny is like I actually tried the clarinet for like a couple of weeks, and then I just had no interest in learning an instrument anymore. So we would have like our like concerts or whatever. So I would just sit there and mime that I was playing the instrument instead of actually playing it.
Oh man.
Sorry, Mom.
I love the bass clarinet though.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That thing's hard to march with.
Yeah, when you're 4'11", I had to use my peg on the bottom of it on the football field. So as I'm singing into the dirt, so I'm kind of like,
I thought about joining again in high school, joining band to learn the trumpet because I wanted to be in a ska band.
oh,
So-
Ska
Yes.
bands. My brother had a ska band once. It was called "Don't Be Swank."
That's
Yeah, it was
Don't
pretty
be
cool.
swank, just
Yeah.
skank.
what's the definition of swank?
Cool.
Oh, is it?
Don't be cool.
It kind of sounds like an insult.
I mean, I guess
be
because
cool.
like it's ska music, so it's all about being like a fucking nerd, kind of.
They were good too, though. Like
No, I
those
love
were-
ska music.
Yeah,
Less Than Jake,
yeah.
Streetlight
I love
Manifesto.
them.
Dude,
Yeah.
Sublime.
I don't know if they were really
Not
ska.
Blind
though.
Melon.
Yeah, no, they're
It's
kind
Not
of.
really but still, though,
I
good
don't know.
bands.
Yeah, oh, great.
Real Big
bands.
Fish.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had their CD.
I saw them live.
No doubt.
2 years ago.
Oh, I love them.
Bad memories.
I'm just a girl.
Yeah. That was a fantastic performance. Actually, it was a fantastic performance. We actually won first place for that.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
It was cool. I might have sounded like Gwen Stefani for like 3 seconds at one point during that song.
Now, don't let her kid you. She has an excellent voice.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's shaking her head at us.
Oh yeah.
But she really does.
I guess I've heard worse.
No, she's giving us the finger.
You're welcome that we're letting you know everything that's going
Right.
on here.
At least Joey's honest with me.
Joey's not. No.
Well, what was
Joey,
it
what
about
was-
a month ago that you came back to the studio? Because
Has it been a month?
I think it has.
yeah,
Wow.
and we were conversing back and forth about what you wanted to sing and whatnot. So I tossed over what was it, Alabama Shakes?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh man, wow! This girl, I'm telling you, if you guys are listening, she
We're
has
not
a
going to
set
make
of
you
pipes.
sing. Don't worry.
Sing,
But,
sing.
No, no.
but she does.
Yeah, she does, and she does a mean version of Janis Joplin.
Mhm.
All
Maybe
hail
I do.
the Janice. We're not worthy.
The jobs.
A little bit of Alanis Morissette.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
she
Little bit.
definitely got that.
A little bit.
So.
it's right up there with Dogma. Any movie that has Alanis Morissette as God, count me in.
I
Just
know.
saying.
She's the
I never-
perfect god.
I was never really into her, to be honest.
No?
Her voice was always kind of whiny to me.
Really?
I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna make any more comments because I got my ass torn open for talking shit about AC/DC.
Oh, that was just,
God forbid.
that was ridiculous.
I am okay that you don't like Alanis Morissette. I think I'll go to sleep tonight and
Be just fine.
I think I'll make it through.
I'm glad. I'm glad. 'cause
So
fucking, I made one comment about AC/DC and I got my fucking shit rocked.
I know. Like I said, I was gonna defend, but I thought it's just gonna get really, really bad.
he's got this. He got it.
That's the great thing about social media is when you put your opinion, heavy emphasis on that, on a social media website, whatever, Facebook, okay, and it's an opinion. It's not facts. It's not, a huge history lesson. It's an opinion. And somebody goes, "No, you're wrong."
But at the same time, though, they're allowed to do that because it's open forum. So it's like, all right, yeah, it's just opinion after opinion, though, and nobody's.
You're not
mind
gonna
is made up
resolve
at-
anything.
Right.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, though, is like I'm not so mad that like people were like, oh well, here's my opinion about that. It was more or less like you're not allowed to have an opinion about
Right.
AC/DC.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what it
It's
always
like, hey,
comes down to.
Hey,
though.
are you in the top 20 artists of all time? No, then shut up. You're not allowed to have an opinion. I'm like, I don't have to be in the top 20 artists to think a band sucks.
I
Okay.
know. I know. I
So,
had the same thought.
I'm
And
paying
they're like,
attention.
Angus is the best. And it's like, yeah, Angus is a good guitar player. Brian Johnson just can't sing for shit.
Can we all just agree on that, please?
Bon Scott, has always had a significant place in my heart because the fact that that dude was so rock and roll, he literally, knocked out almost all of his teeth and then went into the studio and recorded a record. Didn't go to the dentist, didn't go to an ER, and went and recorded a record. How rock and roll is that?
That's pretty rocky.
You gotta get your grill fixed, man. That's priority.
So I'm just going to take a
Yeah,
minute
agreed.
here to catch up with the chat.
What we,
I'm just letting you know. MCAT did also play the clarinet.
really?
She
Wow.
did.
Wow.
Nice.
And
Wow.
wow. And she also gave us the recipe.
Sweet. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Emma.
We knew you could do it.
We never
We
doubted
appreciate
you for a
that.
second.
Nope.
So Heather, how about you? How'd you get into music?
Actually, I grew up with my dad and my brother. My brother started playing guitar when he was about 4 years old, and just picked it up and just knew it. And my dad was a bass player, and they had a band together when he
He looks
got
like
older.
it. He looks like he would be a bass
He was a
player.
bass player.
What's up, Pops? If you're listening.
Yeah, he said he was tuning in. But so I grew up with them. Me and my dad built a would-be Marshall stack that was huge, and it sat next to my bed because I slept in the room. But anyway, so I grew up like falling asleep listening to them play, like right next to that, and watching them play. Yeah,
That's so nice.
So after that, I guess I just I would turn the equipment and stuff on when they weren't home.
Sweet.
Then I'd sing Paula Abdul.
Paula Abdul.
Straight
Get
up.
out.
Now tell me.
Yep. See Tiffany,
Nice.
maybe, not to put my age out here, but
Hey, I love Tiffany.
so I kind of got into that, and then as I got older, I was like a closet singer. Nobody knew that I sang, actually.
Tell me about it. 3 years ago,
Right?
in my garage, and she belts out "Sweet Home Chicago."
Yeah.
Like nails it, and I'm like, "That's it. Get in the studio."
I think that happens a lot in here, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
People are like, oh, I don't really, I sing a little bit. And then you're like, all right, sing for me. And then they kind of like mumble something out. And then you're like, no, fucking sing for me.
Right.
And then they fucking belt something out. And you're just like, all right, yeah, you win. That was really awesome.
Like Hope. Oh my God.
Yeah, Hope it was like a couple weeks ago. And I think I got under her skin a little bit because
She nailed that take.
she did awesome.
Yeah.
She did. That song gets stuck in my head. It's been really cool being able to people and to start writing lyrics of my own and everybody else collectively,
Now that Tony's not being lazy down in Ohio, we can get some shit done.
Welcome back.
Hey, I needed a week vacation to get away from this craziness.
Yeah, but look what happened when you went away for a week.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere without literally coming back and getting my ass handed to me. And I'm going, seriously? I did this for me.
It's not about you.
Gotta shake the rust off.
Apparently, I'm a selfish bastard or something.
So selfish bastard. Speaking of Joey,
nice segue. Joey, you selfish bastard.
Where's this going?
So speaking of, what about you? What was some of your when did you start getting into music? Your influences?
Well, my dad used to force me to play piano, and he would whip me in the corner.
Isn't that Beethoven?
Oh yeah, wait, I'm getting my origin story. No,
wrong origin story, Joey.
I guess I've always really liked loud noises. So like the vacuum cleaner and stuff like that. I always liked that as like a baby and stuff. And so I remember hearing like London Calling and a bunch of like the Clash and old like punk rock songs and stuff that my mom would play.
That's awesome.
And so I kind of was just drawn to that. And then I always liked to sing, but I always was told that I sucked, so I kind of just sang to myself for a long time. But I think I was probably 12 when I decided that I actually want to really kick it up and start singing.
Yeah, but tell everybody what you cut your teeth on for singing.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Actually, that was
yeah.
I actually would sing along to Frank Sinatra records, and yeah, and I really liked the showboatiness of Freddie Mercury and stuff too.
Oh,
so
God, yes.
when I was a kid, I would play Queen and stuff and the Killers and a lot of the flashier bands.
Yeah,
and I would take a hairbrush and sing in front of my mirror.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
I did it with a plastic or a piece of cardboard.
Yeah, I used to pretend to be Freddie Mercury because he's the
What
man.
a great guy to pretend to be, though.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
He's awesome.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so I've pretty much been in and out with bands and music since I was 13.
Nice.
I'm 23 now, so that's 10 years.
God, you're old.
I wish I was as old as you.
I'm gonna go shoot myself.
But yeah, so I've always been into writing too. So that was always a big part of music for me. I've always been super into lyrics.
Yeah.
So Brand New is definitely one of the bands that their lyrics have been a big inspiration to learn to write really well and definitely
They got some great lyrics.
They're awesome, and their new album got leaked today, so you should go check that out on YouTube because it's awesome.
Yeah, you were geeking about that earlier.
He was in the garage, and I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Dude, Brand New leaked the album." I'm like, "What? What's Brand New?" He's like, "No, the band," and I'm like, "Oh, gotcha."
He's like, "Oh, I'm old, so I don't know what you're talking about."
Shut up, Joey.
That's cool. And how you were talking about, singing with your hairbrush and all that. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've been singing. And my mom would always say, "What did you say?" And I said, "Oh, I'm just singing." And she said, I should have known. Like, she'd always say that. I should have known. So she'd always catch me, like, in my room just playing with toys and singing. And,
You should get that tattooed. I should have known.
I should have known. Yeah. I've already got the tattoo, for
right on your
writing. That says I love you
That
to
is
the moon and back.
Yeah, that is a sweet tattoo. And it's your mom's handwriting too, isn't it?
It is. I had her.
That's
She
awesome.
actually wrote it up before everything happened. And
Right.
So I got it, and the day before that she actually lost her battle, she got to see it. So when I walked in, she was like, she just kind of shook her head, And,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, she was awesome. She was a huge fighter. She just.
Well, and that's what we do.
And I learned from her too. Her voice was amazing. She was such a good singer.
That's why we do what we do with the music and supporting the Relay for Life and then doing all the other stuff. I mean, it's one of the reasons why we had Joey's brainchild of taking on this podcast and going, yeah, we can do this. We've got a lot of interesting things to say because we're up till 3-4 o'clock in the morning having deep philosophical conversations.
Usually a lot of my time spent in the studio is less time working on music and more time just talking nonsense with you in your garage at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
But we do get a ridiculous amount of work done.
We do. There's
sometimes.
A lot of times. Well, I remember sometimes even being in the studio for like 16 plus hours just working. And it wasn't always actually like me doing my songs. It was everybody collective. And that's one thing that I love about the energy here is that we all kind of just mesh well.
Yeah. I mean, when Tony first brought like the idea of being a producer to me, like I was kind of like, I love music and I love helping people make music, but I was like kind of like, but like just sitting there and working on a song and not having it be my song, like it kind of put me off a little bit. But like since I started doing it, I love it. I absolutely adore like helping people create because it's amazing.
And you have some really great lyrics yourself. Like I've been really super impressed, and it's cool to have somebody else that's a writer around because then we can kind of bounce ideas off of each other and that's fun.
I mean, I try.
Well, that's another reason why I got into wanting to become a recording engineer is capturing that magic moment. I mean, with Hope, with Ian, with Pat, when Avi was here, 2 years ago?
Avi.
I mean, he brings out, these little, I don't know what they're called.
Tablas.
Tablas, that's right. Yeah.
Because I accidentally said he's playing topless.
So that was the running joke for the rest of the day. And
I'm awkward. I can't help it.
We jammed in the studio for 12 hours that day?
We did too. Well, you guys did. I just kind of sang.
Right.
Because I don't really instrument.
Yeah. So, and it was great because it was such a cool mesh of different, cultures and ethnicities. Because here's Avi playing these tablas. And he's like, hey, and we're trying to come up with something that sounds Middle Eastern. And he's like, I just want to play rock and roll. We're like, can you play rock and roll with tablas? Because we didn't know.
He's like, watch this.
He's like,
it was so
fucking
cool.
check it, bro.
Yeah, he totally nails it. And, so we're doing like this weird Middle Eastern rock and roll blues mesh thing. And it sounded cool.
We have some of those recordings too. We might be able to add something maybe at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you guys feel comfortable with, sharing that. It was cool. Very cool.
We had too much fun that day.
I was hoping sometime that he'd get back here, but did he end up moving?
The last I knew, he was in Washington State.
Oh, wow.
Finishing his degree for, I don't know, something really intelligent that's leaving my mind as I'm trying to remember it.
Molecular biology.
Probably.
It's something like that. Biochemistry or something.
Yeah.
I should probably go back to school at some point.
Oh, that reminds me.
That's now that you mention it.
Well, and that's another cool, thing about being in the studio is I have a ridiculous amount of books, and anybody that comes in that generally is a huge music fan, they see the library that's here and they're going, dude, I'm stealing some of your books.
Why do I need books when I have the internet?
Because I'm old.
I have all of the books.
You can tell a lot about a man by his books.
Well, I have all of the books, as I just mentioned.
So you're saying you're well endowed, eh, Joe?
Well, I'm not saying that, but if it's implied, I'm not gonna correct you.
Don't make this weird.
Oh, I think it's already way past making it weird.
It's been weird for a while.
Yeah.
Have we met?
Which I think for this broadcast, for this podcast. Yeah.
Good times. Wow.
So do we? Wow. Do we have a list of guests that we're going to be having on? Have they confirmed yet?
Well, Jesse Martinez said that he would be down. He's just got to look at his schedule.
Okay.
I like that guy.
Yeah, Jason Garwood said the same thing. I'm really excited about having him on here because he's probably one of the most down-to-earth guys I've ever met.
Right on. I'm excited too. I'm excited to try to make him blush with my foul language.
Dude, he did social work in the ghetto of Philly. I'm pretty sure he's heard it all.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's a very cool
Wow.
guy.
Well, he's
I'm gonna miss him.
yeah. Shout out to Jason if you're listening, man.
When's he leaving?
What did he say? The second week of September, I think it
Oh,
was.
so we're gonna have to get him in here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's checking the schedule and supposed to get back with us, but
Well, hopefully next week. If not, then we're gonna have to get someone else lame like Lydia on.
We wanted.
I'm
Lydia here.
sorry.
You're not.
No, Lydia
lame.
was the first person we.
yes,
Yeah.
that was the logical person to come to mind was Lydia.
Of
For the record,
course.
he said Ian, and I'm like, how about Lydia?
I did not.
Way to
So-
go, Tony.
I know.
I thought
we
we
are gonna
had
have-
something.
We are gonna have Ian Elliott on here.
Good
And then
afternoon,
we gotta
ladies and
get,
gentlemen.
gotta get
Oh,
Keith on,
man.
too. Gotta strap a microphone and headset to Keith, and
Strap a microphone and headset. Oh,
One of our first class.
but you're gonna have to find the cable for that.
I already said I'm not fucking going. To that so we'll play the fucking nose game.
not it.
Oh,
Damn it.
Yeah. Lydia lost in case you couldn't tell.
Every time.
Yeah. So, all right.
How we doing on time?
Actually, we're only at 5:30 or at 37.
What?
37 minutes. Sorry, my computer's
Okay.
my computer is definitely not on the right
Yeah, it'd
time.
probably be smart to get that fixed. Huh?
Probably should.
My phone is
I thought maybe it
plugged
didn't-
into your laptop, so I can't.
Oh, yeah. So I figured though, like if you seen it, like it'd annoy you enough, and maybe you change it for me.
I like your style.
Thank
You're
you.
right, because I almost did earlier.
know.
But I'm like,
I
oh,
get
I've got
it.
so much other stuff I got to figure out. So
I
I'm like, I'll do
figured.
that later.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but he is the producer of the
He is the
studio. So
producer.
I don't think that means
But that
I have to
doesn't
do everything. though. Like,
see, you're kind of the catch-all though, because like we do the hard work, and then you do the even harder work by telling people you suck.
Ooh, you know what, we were not that you
It's
don't
true.
suck. Oh wait, you were saying that we'd. Never mind. Anyway, moving on. I was thinking too about other guests that we were thinking about having on,
Yeah.
possibly Leon.
Sure.
I mean, want to ask him and see if we can get him in here.
Hey, Leon, do you want to come on the
I'm
podcast?
sure he does because
You don't have to
he's
wear a
got
shirt.
So no,
He'd
none,
wear
of, none of us
blast.
are wearing shirts.
He
right
would
now.
be a blast.
Yes.
or shoes. You don't have to wear shoes
No.
either.
No shoes.
That's
I'm actually naked right now.
What?
No,
Yeah.
I can't see this.
Thought I felt
Huh?
something warm.
Why did this happen?
Damn it, Joey.
I knew it got hotter in here.
It's that kind of a podcast.
So,
I'm
but yeah,
actually
definitely.
only wearing an Ushanka. So,
Oh, speaking of that, I did find Keith's codpiece in the closet. Then I was trying to dig out.
Do you
the,
like the word
cords.
codpiece?
Not
Yes.
really.
I think we should just call it cock piece. I feel like at this point.
Because codpiece, like,
That's what everybody's doing in their brain anyway.
yeah,
When you say codpiece.
I had no idea what it was until we started being nerds and playing D&D. No idea. I was like, so you're putting a piece of cod where?
Shout out
Fish?
to Wizards of the Coast for
Yes.
making an excellent game and tabletop experience.
Yes.
Oh, I play D&D.
Yeah, we do chuck dice every now and then.
Shucking the dice.
I had never done that before, you guys.
Really?
That was my first time.
So you were a virgin.
Yes.
Go on.
I think that's the whole. Like, I don't think there's any more to it.
It was fun. We had fun.
It was fun. I mean, I didn't actually play the first time, but
Then did you guys play Dread?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
Dread
It
is
was
so
fun.
much fun.
Jed was fun, and I had people covering their eyes every time. Like Joey was cringing. One of the guys
I
had
don't.
like a
I
shirt
like
over
Dread,
his head.
but I really don't like it at the same
E-
time.
Explain to the listeners what Dread
Well,
actually
Dread
is.
is basically Dungeons and Dragons, like the whole like role playing aspect
Storytelling.
of it. Yeah, the storytelling. But instead of rolling dice, you are in a horror scene. You have to pull Jenga blocks, and if you pull a Jenga block successfully, that means you successfully did whatever you were trying to do. And if the tower falls, then you die.
I made it so far.
You did. Like you were
crazy.
risky. You
That's how
did
I
some
roll.
Crazy
You did not
stuff.
make it
And
far at all. You were dead like super fast. You were like, yeah, I go after I attack the
Yeah,
darkness.
attack the darkness.
Pretty much, yeah. And then she's like, "Why didn't you avenge me?
Huh?
I didn't even follow you out."
Yeah, we didn't even know you were dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, she did. I don't
That's
think-
awesome.
See what happens when I
Yeah,
go away
that's
for a
awesome.
week? Everybody forgets Lydia.
Well,
We didn't
no,
forget her. She just
forget
went and
her.
got herself
Her
killed.
character.
I was even metagaming and saying, yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. But
Oh,
she
you
was
was.
like,
I'm doing it.
Yeah, she was just like, "I'm going.
Doing it anyway.
I'm just gonna stab this guy in
Screw
the
it.
eyeball."
I am.
but you didn't. You died instead.
Her character was hanging from the wall.
That's
I don't
Pretty
true.
have-
graphic, but that happened.
That's true. Colin definitely didn't spare us any details.
No, Colin,
No.
if you're listening, yeah,
Colin, if you're,
you're
listening,
evil when it
Man,
comes to dread.
I love you.
No,
I mean, we all do.
Brian is evil. when it
No,
comes to
Brian was kind. Wait until you play with Colin.
that. Okay.
He made
Yeah,
me pull
Colin
so
is-
many pieces.
Colin's pretty brutal.
He was brutal, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
We definitely have to do that before you leave, Colin, by the way. If you're listening in to us,
Yeah, Colin, you got to get back over here so we can play.
play some Dread.
No, we were not just using you for that, but
Whatever.
I mean, you can hang out.
Lydia's like, I
He
don't
came
care.
over and we played Forbidden Island too, which was fun.
Oh, that was a blast.
Me, him, Tony, and Kurt.
Oh,
Kurt,
okay.
yeah.
What's Forbidden Island?
Forbidden Island is another. You know how we played Betrayal, and it's like a co-op based game.
Yeah.
It's like that. You have to collect these artifacts before
Okay.
the island floods and get them off the island.
That's
It's
cool.
really fun.
Yeah.
It's super intense. Like it's a good game though.
Intense.
Like
And it's a
intense.
total team effort too, because like if one person screws it up, like we kept having problems trying to shore everything up.
Yeah. Well, we kept having problems because none of us can shuffle apparently. the shittiest.
Water rising. Oh god,
Water
I hate those
rising.
cards.
Water rising. Water rising.
Speaking of water rising, is anybody gonna make it out to the Cheeseburger Fest before it's over?
Absolutely.
In case
Possibly.
I will
would
be
like
there
to.
Friday night.
I would like.
I think
to.
I might join you,
You
But,
should join me.
but I have to be back early in the morning.
I would like to, but
Because
I'm
my
I'm
sister's
Poe.
coming.
So
What do you need money
don't
for
need-
a
I-
cheeseburger?
I bought the campsite already. It's already paid for.
Camping.
Well, we
Kitchen
have to do
tents.
setup for the Relay for Life.
that's true. That's
So
Oh,
we
all.
have to
Friday
come up
night?
Friday, yeah,
really-
they're doing early setup. So
Oh, it sucks.
Oh.
But don't we have to be there really early on Saturday too, right?
Yeah.
no,
Oh.
we don't go on till 9:45.
No, but-
I have to be there.
Yeah.
And Joey has
Well,
to be
I
He's
there.
know, but
dragging me along with him.
I know.
Oh yeah, okay.
So are you going to be there all night Saturday night?
I'm gonna be there pretty much from loosely Friday night to Saturday at midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Sucks.
stops
So-
at midnight, but anybody that's out there that can help out to
Right.
clean up so everybody can get out of there.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
cool too, you know.
I'm excited though.
Yeah.
Me too.
This will be your first one, won't it? Or did you do the Relay for Life before?
Nope. This will be the first time.
Okay.
That's
Be gentle.
cool. What other
Oh,
Still
no.
bummed there's no beer tent. But
what other bands are going to be there? Do you have
Random goes on right after the Looking Up band, which I've heard them play before. They're a bunch of old guys that they said themselves, we don't play that great, but when we get together, we just have fun. And to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And then Finnegan's Cross with
They're good.
Tommy Krause and
Yeah.
Vicky Vader.
Yeah, they're good. I like them.
Amazing band.
hmm
Tommy.
They're Irish. They play Irish music. Or,
Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff. And Vicky plays the hammered dulcimer, which is just amazing.
That is a very cool instrument.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. Yeah. And who else is going on? Do you know, or is it just?
It's just the four bands this year because they cut it in half. Normally, it's a 24-hour thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I heard it's supposed to rain this weekend though, so I'm hoping that goes away.
Well,
Oh,
you know,
it better. Oh,
It usually
I'll be
does
so
though
mad.
every year for the relay.
yeah, when
Every
we go
year.
on stage.
Literally.
No,
raining on
last
our
year it didn't
parade.
rain when we were up there.
Yeah, it did.
Oh yes, it did.
The
You're
first
right,
three
because-
songs of our set.
Yeah, that's right. Because my aunt and my cousin were there, which was really cool. I'm glad that they could join us. They're going to be back again this year too.
Oh,
and
cool.
my aunt wants to record when I do Wasting Time, and then some of I think maybe Ian's songs too.
Yeah, we will be doing some originals of Ian and Heather's songs. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize we were.
Yeah.
Have you been practicing them?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I've been at your rehearsals and I haven't even noticed.
That's good. That,
That
means
was
that
the-
we're doing something right.
That was
Because if
the
you
one.
can't pick out an original from a song that everybody knows,
Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Yeah, but
It was the
they're-
one
but
that I
they're
was.
but I'm young and they're all old people songs anyway. So
No,
Oh my god.
so I mean,
no,
it
that
makes
was the
sense,
one that
though.
I was freaking out about. For I couldn't find
Oh,
to my own song.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
She couldn't
can't.
remember the lyrics to her
I
own
write-
song.
I would
write-
do
All
that.
right,
I would
jackass.
do that.
Listen here.
I
okay?
write so much.
You don't
though.
even know. You don't write lyrics, so you don't fucking know what it's like.
It's
That's why I
hard.
play guitar.
Like you wouldn't think so, but I write so much, and
I
then
don't know.
I'm collectively writing.
I don't know how many times I'm like up on the mic and like we're about to record, and then I just completely forget what I'm about to say.
Get
A blank.
singing Tourette's.
It's like, all right, this is the one.
Uh,
Are you gonna sing?
That's why I'm like, okay, just pretend like we're not record. Don't show me. Like just do it, because usually that's when the take's the best. Unless you put me in the bathroom by myself.
That was a pretty good take, though.
It was all right. I wasn't that proud of it, but that's what's the wonderful thing about having you and being in the studio and having him. Not only honesty,
Right.
it's a great thing, but you can take again.
4 hours
Pretty
later.
much sometimes. Sometimes you just get it. Like
Oh.
there's been ones that I've gotten like right on the third one or the second one, and it's like, okay, yeah.
Well, like with Hope, we did what? 2 takes?
Yeah, she did too. I did like 50. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was really brutal. I was I was pretty like my voice was gone for like the next day, the whole next day, and then we didn't even end up using that take.
Yeah, because
that I
we
was killing
recorded
because
everything.
I came back and then did it and I liked it better.
Yeah.
So that's just how it is though. Like if you're getting into like music and you want to record in the studio, like you just got to be used to fucking doing it over and over and over again, and
Till
then,
it's perfect.
and then hating it and then doing it some more.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, there's times where I'm just like, yep, this song, I wrote it, I like it, but it's not for me.
Yep.
So, like, there was one that I actually passed on to Hope, and it was great. Like, I loved how she did it. So, I mean, and that's what I told her. I'm like, if there's something I'm writing, let me know, because there's a possibility that I will let you sing it.
Well, it's like I was working on my album. I did 3 songs and then scrapped all 3 of them. So I'm like,
I
He
know.
literally walked in and said, I'm scrapping it all. We're like,
We're starting
I was
over.
confused. Like, I'm like, what?
because
Like,
I
who
just,
does
I don't
this?
know. Like I just had to change it hard. I just wanted to change it up.
And that
do something
happens
different.
though too. And then stuff like right after that, what you did,
Yeah.
was excellent. You know, so sometimes I guess those decisions we just got to make for ourselves.
Yeah. We've just been sitting on it now though. We got to actually get back to work.
Yes, some long hours in the studio ahead.
That's nothing new.
But winter's coming, so that's going to be one of our big times that we're going to be in here and probably hate each other and hours and hours and hours of it, grueling.
But that's the way it goes. I mean, we're always doing summer events and festivals and whatnot. And then, the fall, winter, early spring, we're cooped up in here and got, cabin fever trying to pump out records left, right, and center.
Winter is coming.
no.
I know when I said that, I thought of that. I was like, what did I just say?
I haven't watched any of the new season yet.
Is
but
that Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
I've never watched it.
Me
you're-
neither.
I read
Not
the
an
books.
Episode.
You all disgust me.
I'm sorry.
Keith,
I
have
read
you-
the books,
Keith,
man.
where do you stand on Game of Thrones?
Never seen.
Fuck? Am I in a Twilight Zone
You're
episode right
outnumbered,
now?
man.
And that's like, people bring up about how, Sons of Anarchy. I couldn't get
No,
into it.
no, don't fuck all of that.
I
Just
couldn't.
watch
Sons
Game
of
of
Anarchy
Thrones.
was
No,
great.
shut up.
It was a great
Shut
show.
up. No other shows shall be talked about right now.
Wait. Hold on. I do have to mention one, though. Stranger Things.
Yes.
Stranger
Oh
Things is good,
My God.
but Game of Thrones is the single best TV show you will ever watch.
Oh,
ever.
come
Debatable.
on.
I
Really?
guarantee it. I guarantee it.
Well, is it on
Dude,
Netflix?
my mother was like, oh yeah, the 100, it's so good. I'm all about this.
What about
And
the
then
Sopranos?
I'm like, hey ma,
Oh.
I'm like, hey ma, check out Game of Thrones. Like a week later, she had caught up. She had watched
She
every single
binge watched
episode.
it?
And she's like, this is the best. This is the best. I'm like, I know. I'm not trying to overhype it, but you can't really overhype it because it's so good.
Yeah, the books were great.
Let's talk about The Sopranos.
That's
Yes.
not because not
The
all of us
Sopranos
are
was
old.
great, and the
Oh,
soundtrack
yeah.
for the first season was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I found that actually when I was cleaning, packing up my mom's house. I found like all her CDs, and that was one that I was like, yeah, I want this one.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
just
got my jam on
It's
it.
got your jam on
Let's
it.
talk about a TV show that's relevant.
Yeah,
Breaking
Stranger-
Bad.
Stranger
Breaking Bad
Things.
is not even
Preacher.
relevant anymore. It's good.
American.
Walk-
Yeah, there you go. Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I used to love The Walking Dead until,
there's
you know.
a lot of people that do.
until Lucille showed up, and then I couldn't do it anymore.
See, and I haven't seen up to that. I haven't watched that
So
yet.
you'll have
I
nightmares.
was too angry.
Negan is the best bad guy.
He
though.
really is.
Like I was so because I read the graphic novels and I was so excited for him to finally show up because that's like the one thing that they could really get right with that show.
that episode was just really disturbing to me.
I never watched it. I couldn't. Like, and then I seen all the
God.
memes and stuff about Glenn, and I was just like, "What's happening?" And now I don't want to watch it.
Right?
I just don't.
It's so good though. You got to.
It is.
You got to.
Love The Walking Dead.
Got to.
So are we sticking to the hour format or are we going longer?
We could go longer if everybody wants to.
We
I
just got
mean,
the high sign of 10 minutes left for the
10
hour mark.
minutes. Yeah. At the beginning, like when you're like, "What time? How much longer?" And it's 37. It just felt like it was way like longer than that. Actually,
this is why I told you. I'm like,
We could
We-
kill an
we could
hour.
go-
We did that last night.
I'm like, we could do 2-hour long podcasts and it'd be fine.
Well,
But
we
you're
only
like,
have-
it seems.
Well,
too
do we have
long."
any more comments on the?
we have just one viewer.
Wow,
I believe
that's
that.
awesome. Thank you, whoever
wonder-
you are.
I really love myself right now.
100. We've got 100 viewers. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
okay.
Oh,
Wow.
I misunderstood
Wow.
that for a second.
is that the right eye?
Yeah.
Was I winking with the right eye?
No, you
Yeah.
look at winking with
You
the
know,
left
that's the thing,
eye.
though, it's a
Uh,
slow start though, because
Yeah.
you got to have something to present
yeah.
to people, and then
And that's just kind of like an
Hey,
introduction.
this is comedy gold.
It is.
Oh.
Oh, it will be.
It will be.
We're bringing
well, I
it.
did get Emma did message me on Facebook. She said, "Hold on, let me find it. You guys are fucking hilarious."
And we
Thank
love
you.
her. We
Thank
hope
you,
she'll
Em.
join us again.
Yes.
She did comment 2 double heart, or 1 heart, brand new, and another heart.
Nice.
That was her last comment after she gave us the recipe.
Yeah, guys, if you're
So-
listening, like, share, get the word out. We love doing this because this is, what
It's
we do in the
so-
studio.
Yeah, it's so much fun. This is literally all we do, like on a daily basis. Just sit and talk.
We talk and do music.
Well,
That's what it's about.
And I'm glad that Joey's had experience with podcasts, because what have I been saying
Right.
for like 2 years now?
Did you
Right.
see
I
Colin's
want to do a
comment?
podcast. Yeah.
Colin's comment on your post about it. It's like that dude is always trying to get something going.
Yeah,
It's
I
true.
giggled. I actually giggled when I seen it. I was like, he was too. But I'm glad because
Shout
like,
out-
somebody that knows.
Shout out to any Nerdception fans from back in the day,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
the OGs.
Are
That's
those
original
uh,
gamers?
are those casts still up?
Huh?
Are those podcasts still up?
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't.
No.
Well,
It's
give
been
the
a while.
backstory about that, Joey.
Well,
Can you?
Well, Colin and I actually, this is back in 2011. We decided we were going to do a podcast, and it was right after Skyrim first came out,
Nice.
and that was like what the whole episode is about. And he came up with the name Nerdception, and we fell in love with it, and so we were like, yeah, let's do this. So the original Nerdception podcast, I think it might still be up on Daily Motion,
Okay.
which, like, if you know what Daily Motion is, like,
It's back in the day.
it might still be around, but that was the only place where we could upload it because it was too long for YouTube at the
Right.
time.
Right.
YouTube didn't go more than like 15 minutes at the time. I don't
If
think.
that.
And I think you had to be you had to be like have a lot of subscribers or whatever to actually post. So a partner, you had to be a partner to have more than 15-minute videos. But so we put it up on Daily Motion, and it was me, Colin, and our friend Zach. Shout out to Broski. But we just talked about Skyrim for like, I think it was probably like 30 minutes or something. Like, it wasn't even that long.
Right.
But after that, Colin joined the army and stuff, and so like I kind of got the torch got passed to me, so I kept Nerdception running, and it like got revived like 6 or 7 times, but with a new cast and stuff. But
Nice.
yeah, Nerdception is still alive in our hearts.
Aw.
And
A
now we
moment
have
of
this.
silence for Nerdception.
Aw.
Moment of silence.
Shout out to any of the OG cast members too from way back. You guys were awesome. We had a lot of good laughs. But
So now we have a YouTube page. We have a Facebook page
that's
that you guys can like, follow, share, do all of that crazy social media stuff.
yeah, give us give us ideas for what we could do, how we can improve this, and
Oh, yeah.
Ideas of what you'd like to hear us kind of banter about, or bring some comedic effect to.
And
if you want us to
they're-
get rid of Heather, we're totally fine with that.
this is great with a little less
Aw.
Heather.
Aw.
You guys, you love me. I feel the love.
Can you feel it? Well, Joey is naked, so
That's true.
I don't. I'm not feeling that love. However, I'm not feeling that love.
with your tank drum.
Now you're just leaving that open.
What?
Like
I'm just saying.
tank, like as in hang drum. not
Sure.
tank.
If that's your version of the story, that's what helps you sleep.
Heather
Oh.
likes taints. That's
I
what
do
we're trying to
not.
say.
And family and friends that are listening, I do not. I'm actually an angel. They know. Like, they know better. Anybody who knows me knows better.
It's
So.
getting deep
But
in
it's
here,
not
man.
about that though.
You might want to grab some waders, Joey. It'll be easy to slip on.
Oh.
Joey's tall enough. He'll be fine. 'Cause
Well,
you're,
I'm
like,
screwed.
He must be this tall to ride this ride.
Sorry, Lydia.
I'm always the first to die.
I know.
It's true.
I'm right behind you.
But that was
Actually,
your fault.
Actually,
I
I
warned
probably
you.
would be.
I tried to tell you, hey, that's probably not a good
I was
idea.
trying to be brave.
I probably would be because I don't run. I just don't. They're like, oh, that's a clown chasing me. I'm just gonna lay here.
Screw it.
Just stab me, please.
Screw
'cause
It's
I
like a
can't
bear.
run.
You just got to make yourself.
Yeah,
seem imposing.
yeah. I'll just be like, I don't see you.
Play dead.
Oh wait, no, that's
Play
bears
dead.
play dead.
Play dead.
It's
Yeah.
the mountain lion that you're supposed to make yourself imposing.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Don't get those mixed up. You'll die.
Huge difference.
So that would be like,
You will-
that'd be
you
like,
How
will-
about the fact that they're a wild animal? You just leave them alone.
good call.
Well, yeah, but like,
probably a good idea.
if you're like out camping and a fucking mountain lion's just like, hey, I'm here to ruin your life. Like,
Or
what are
a
you gonna
bear.
do? Like,
Or a
First
bear.
off,
you're
I
gonna be like,
feel-
I'm just gonna leave him alone, because he's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna eat your face off.
First off, I feel I'm not gonna go camping where there's any kind of danger like that.
Did you see that video of the guy like screaming at the bear? Like the bear
Oh.
like comes sprinting out of the forest and he just yells at it and
Oh
it runs
dear
away.
God!
I think you should.
The bear ran away?
I think you should post that on our. So
Wow,
people can
I will.
see that
I'll post
now.
it. I'll do it right now.
that
Yeah.
guy's got guts.
No joke. I would have been.
I could
like,
totally see Keith doing something like that. Like, all right,
Oh, I could too.
Get
Yeah.
out of here!
He would just walk up to the
get
bear.
on out here.
He'd walk up to the bear and just punch it in the head, and then be like,
And the bear would buy him a beer because the bear got
Probably.
punched in the head.
"Good."
He's a Swedish guy too.
Oh, jeez.
Can you imagine? Like, oh,
What does that sound like? A Swedish man yelling at a bear?
that's a good question.
Everything was big on him but his voice.
Yeah. Hey, ladies. So great. That was one of my favorite ones. From
We speak
Adam
fluent
Sandler.
movie quotes.
Yes, we do. We were talking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail the other night.
Oh, God, that is such a great movie.
It is. I want to watch it again.
We are the knights who say.
I love it.
Go away or I'll taunt you again.
Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberry.
Yes, I'm not dead yet. Break out your-
I
Speaking of
like
that-
that scene. That's like my favorite.
If
Mhm.
anybody has a copy of it on DVD,
Yes.
let us borrow it, please, because
Yes.
my VHS copy got 8.
Well, and it's VHS. We want something newer.
I'm
we'll take what
old.
we can
That's
get.
the general consensus here.
Oh, speaking of that, not to bring this up, but
What?
we were talking about the eclipse coming up, and sorry,
You would
Tony.
bring that up,
I'm
would
so
you?
sorry, but I'm
Oh,
not.
I have to hear this now.
So
It's important to me now.
because they're talking about how many years has it been since the one over
38 years.
38 years. So Tony is the only one here in the studio that was here when the other one happened.
You're like a legend.
I just made him.
Wow.
I mean,
No, I'm just old.
Okay, so you can now go on Facebook and see that video of the Swedish guy yelling.
Oh,
at the
it's
bear.
sweet.
yes,
yeah.
I look,
It's
I look
right on
forward to
our.
looking at that.
It's right
Is it on the page?
Yeah, it's on
Cool.
our page.
Yeah, go to our Facebook page, check out the video. You guys will love the video.
So,
But no, I was 3 years old, and it was so weird because how 3-year-old minds work. I'm watching the television in the news because they're doing this stuff on the news back in 1979. Yeah, wow, I'm old. And I kept looking at a black and white television and going,
So,
"Why is there a hole in
what
the
were-
television?"
It's like The Ring.
Exactly. It didn't make any sense to
Stop
me.
looking at
Hey
it.
Tony,
What?
what were stegosauruses like?
Oh.
Bony.
Oh, I used to ask my mom that stuff because I didn't know better. I was like 5, and I said, "Hey, mom."
I would ask my mom that knowing that is insulting
Oh,
to
like
her.
I didn't know I was. I'm like, Mom, did you bring your homework home on a chalkboard and do it? And then I'd be like, this dinosaur look like? Like, I really didn't know that I was being a jerk.
She's just like, I hate you.
Here's the funny part about it, though, is later on when they came out with the show Heroes. Do you guys remember the show
I
Heroes?
remember
Yeah.
Heroes.
Okay.
I loved Heroes.
What was that? It was a solar eclipse.
Mhm.
So I'm watching this because, well, back then everything cool happened on television. And I'm watching this and going, where have I seen this before? Why is there a hole in the television?
Now everything cool happens on Netflix
It does. Yeah.
or HBO.
Well,
If you want to pay for
we
it.
had the whole welfare TV 5,
worth it.
12, 25,
Yeah.
19, and if you're lucky, 66.
No,
Dude,
but I'm
PBS.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I
I will
love
defend
PBS.
PBS
Yes.
to the death.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna say though, like Netflix is killing it with their originals though.
Yeah.
They are.
Like
They are.
Stranger Things is really fucking
Oh,
good.
and
The
that comes
Ranch.
out
And everybody's like
October.
super into Orange is the New Black too.
A lot of people
you seen
are.
The Ranch
I've
yet?
watched
The Ranch is really good.
Oh my God.
And
Sam,
Sam
Elliott.
Elliott.
Oh my
Sam
God.
Elliott's great.
I can't
I
even
know.
contest to that. He is.
I know.
Love.
I
My only
thought you'd be
problem.
taller.
My only problem is that
Mhm.
is I can't get the episodes fast enough.
That's true. Yeah.
Because like you binge watch all of them in like 2 days, and then it's like
Yeah.
Tony binged watch Stranger Things. I was like, I swear, I fought with him to watch the show.
She did.
And then
she did.
finally, I'm like, let's just watch
I was
it.
the same way though,
Let's
because
just watch it.
I didn't watch it till like late last month.
Yeah. So I told him, I'm like, let's sit down, let's watch this. So we watched through an episode. I'm like, I gotta go home. So I messaged him the next day, and I'm like, well, what time did you get to bed? He's like, I watched the whole season. Which how many episodes were there?
It's only
8.
like
Like,
is it
I think
8?
there was
thought
It
it
is 8, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it was cool though because of the nostalgia from it.
Yeah, because I'm old.
No, it was the 80s. I'm from the 80s.
I thought you were only 27.
That's right. Who am I kidding?
Come on. But you're 27, Lydia's 26, Joey's what?
Score.
12.
I'm the old, guy in the group here.
But that was it was a great show.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's-
looking forward to the next season.
when does it come out?
October, right?
October 27th, I thought. Correct me
I
if I'm
thought
wrong.
it came out in September.
No,
No.
remember we had this
Whatever.
conversation.
October.
Whatever, Tony.
So all the basics can watch it while they drink their pumpkin spice
Oh.
lattes.
Oh,
There.
God.
Ew.
Everything pumping. No.
I
Pumping.
can't.
Like,
Da-da-da.
like
I
an-
can talk, I promise.
slip on their UGG boots and
Oh, I can't. You know,
Unusually large
watch-
scarves.
and they can watch their quote unquote favorite movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
or Hocus Pocus, but I watched that.
Oh my God,
No,
Becky.
The
This
best
is so
Christmas
great.
movies are Lethal Weapon and Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Die
Die Hard is
Die
the
Hard.
best Christmas movie
That's
of all time.
Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
I will fight anybody.
What is your
You
favorite
can come to the
Halloween
studio
movie?
and I will fist fight you over
My
Die Hard.
favorite Halloween movie?
I wouldn't mess with them.
I don't have one.
No, Halloween sucks.
What? No, Halloween is amazing.
I'm
Gasp.
kidding. I like Halloween.
I thought-
I
fucking
can't even
movies.
comprehend
I
that right
think
now.
somebody
I
needs to
like
get
Halloween, it
one of
just-
those
it
paddles
just-
for
I-
Lydia because
I
she
need a
about
moment.
fell out.
I need a moment.
Halloween is great. October as a whole just annoys me.
Well,
So,
yeah. Well, in September 15th is when I start helping out at the haunt, Wicked Woods of Terror here outside of Carroll. So they're opening a little bit earlier this year. So that's my favorite. Like, I'm waiting for October because I love scaring the shit out of people.
I can't
I
wait.
can't even lie.
I'm,
I can't.
I'm going as Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2. It's
I'm-
gonna be awesome.
I'm actually, because of my height.
We got
Oh.
the
Butt stallion, come here, girl.
I never, and you know what? I've never heard of this until I met you, and then you showed me the videos, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
you
it's
got
pretty
it.
funny.
If you, I know you probably aren't into gaming, but if you ever are to play a game, it should
I'm
be
into
Borderlands
gaming.
2.
Yeah,
Heather
my son
is.
plays that all the time.
I play BioShock, and I love that game.
The
It scares
Borderlands,
hell out
the
of me, but it's
Borderlands
fun.
series is some of my favorite games. I also really like the Fallout series.
Fallout 2.
And shout
yeah.
out to Halo because that's where I
Halo
got my start.
sucks.
Fuck you.
I hate Halo.
I got like
I
when
never
like
got into Xbox.
that's when I got like really competitive into gaming was because of Halo. Shout out to Halo 2, greatest game of all time.
I used to attempt to play Call of Duty, and then I found out that I have what is it called? Vertigo.
Vertigo.
So,
Oh.
so people get pissed at me because I'd be camping because I'm trying not to throw up playing the game.
Don't turn around. Don't
They're like,
turn around.
what are you doing? Camping? No, I'm actually about ready to yak everywhere. So
Like the first time you played Kinetica on the PlayStation 2.
That was fun though. Like I powered through that shit.
Yeah, that was
Did
amazing.
you ever play,
That was true.
Did you ever play Amplitude?
I don't know what that is. No.
It was like before Guitar Hero, like kind of
Oh,
like
no.
music based game. It was
I
really
did
fun.
play
I do
DJ
not
Hero.
remember that.
DJ Hero was actually the shit.
I got it at Big Lots
Just
for
saying.
$20, and then my dog ate my turntable.
DJ Hero.
Your dog at your turntable.
My Great Dane ate
I got
my
2
turntable.
turntables and a microphone.
And a dickhead dog.
But
Damn
she's
it, Todd.
But she's so
Damn you,
cute.
Todd.
Oh, that little dog.
Shout out to Jennifer Pomeroy.
Yes, yes.
Jen.
Can't believe that dog shit in your garage.
Yeah,
dude.
what
That's
the-
hilarious.
And we're all walking out because we're closing the night down, and I'm like, what is that?
No offense, but I just hate people that bring their dumb dogs everywhere with them. Like,
I wasn't really thrilled that we were bringing him.
who brings their dog to a stranger's house? Like, you've never met a
I
person?
brought-
We did write the
Well-
Ballad of Todd, though.
Yes.
That's right.
Was
I
it-
think
was it
there's like
worth
it's a
cleaning up
little
shit?
dog thing. Like people with little dogs
She just got
think
the
that they
dog
can bring
back
them
too,
everywhere.
so that's not.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. She just got the dog back.
I'm always scared I'm going to turn them into a grease spot because they're so small.
Oh.
I
Anywhere you
know.
walk. Oh,
Well, it's like
crap.
That
Yeah,
scared the
I
shit
know.
out of me.
Felt
You
weird
also
bringing-
peeked the microphone.
Oh, you did.
I peed a little.
Well, it's like me bringing over Maggie here.
Well, that's different.
Maggie's
Name.
not a little dog.
No, no, you weren't missing her.
I
No.
mean,
She
I
is
mean,
putting her
people-
head up on the
I mean, people that-
countertops.
I mean, people that literally
Oh.
bring their dogs.
Yeah, I
everywhere.
got you. Like they're an
it's
accessory.
like, hey, no one gives a fuck. You have
Yeah.
a dog. Whoop-de-doo.
Honestly, the only reason she brought him with us was because she didn't want him to run off. She didn't trust her kids.
Yeah,
I mean,
Right.
that's
Oh,
how he
yeah.
got loose in the first place. Was her
Yeah,
kids.
how long was he gone for? He was
Like
missing.
3 days.
Yeah, so like
we thought Todd was a goner. Okay.
See, and that's a valid point. Like that's valid for her to bring him dog.
Yeah.
I get.
She's
that.
like, I don't trust them. They're gonna do it again.
Mhm.
And Todd is smaller than anything
Yeah,
that's
he
out
is.
there.
Yeah, he
I
would've been
mean,
8, like,
he's got no shot.
he coulda got-
Darwinism.
He could have got picked up.
Survival of the fittest.
Fuck you,
Kinda.
Todd.
Damn it,
He
Todd.
could have got
Damn
picked up
it,
by a
Todd.
seagull.
Yeah,
Seagull could've taken
I
him
know. He kept hiding under me when we were at the beach. He's like hiding under my legs. Like, it's all right, Todd. I got this.
away. And then part of you was like, "Yeah, you ran away though, you little. Maybe you just
Damn
walk
it,
over there a
Todd.
little bit."
Frickin' Todd.
Maybe you go and get eaten by a large fish.
Maybe.
Some of the salmon up there
small.
are pretty big.
Yeah.
She'd take him out into the water. She'd carry him out there, and then we'd get close to the shore, and she'd just let him swim. It's so weird.
Be free.
So you're saying he doggy paddled?
My sister's got a
did
dog, Rocky, that I used to take to the beach. Shout out to Rocky, best dog ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's so sweet.
It's a good dog. What kind of dog?
And a mutt. I don't
Those are
know.
usually the best though.
Yeah, but he's
Usually.
like, it's funny because he'll sit up on the couch like a person, and
Mhm.
he'll just stare at you and grunt at you until you pay attention to him.
It's my kind of dog.
He's a goof. He's great.
That's how Maggie was. She like back up and sit on the
Well,
couch.
I brought him to the beach once, and I like trusted him. I like let him off his leash, let him run around in the water and stuff. And I'm like, all right, man, come on, it's time to go. And he gets up on the shore, walks over to these strangers at a picnic table, like having a family gathering, and shakes off by them.
Oh.
I'm like, you're a fucking asshole, you piece of shit, Rocky.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, I love that dog.
I think secretly on the inside, I'd be going,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. They're just
Not
like, they were
really.
not pleased.
Oh, that's why it was really time to leave.
Right.
there you go.
He's like, yeah, let's get out of here.
You got us wet at the beach.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Oh, jerk.
Oh darn.
Oh.
So you guys want to wrap the first official podcast ever up?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
What were we doing last night? We were harmonizing.
Oh, God. Oh, I have
can't
to
even
hear
remember.
this.
we were talking about the Three Stooges, how they're like, hello, hello, hello,
yeah, so it's-
hello.
Oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah. So we were.
No, because
Don't
it
leave
was,
me hanging.
it was like
I know. I thought we were going to do it.
No, what was it though?
it was
I can't
something-
remember.
it was
I
like-
don't remember how we
It's
signed
like
off.
fuck off or something.
Oh yeah, it was. All you wonderful.
Like and share. Cough.
Yeah. All of you wonderful listeners, you know, come back and join us again.
Do we have any more questions before we close out?
We do not have any more questions.
I can't believe this.
Really?
I have a question.
What's that?
Where'd your hair go?
Oh.
Oh, Way to pick on Tony.
Man.
Need to pull out that what is it, Tori Amos, in the arms of an angel.
That's where your hair went. That's pretty freaking brutal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was a bad experience. There was a monkey, an aquarium, and a paperclip, and it went bad.
Well, on that note,
Tune in next time.
Tune in next time to hear the rest of the story.
We'll leave it at that.
So,
Well, thank you, Lydia, for being our special guest this time,
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me.
and
Our
we're
very
looking
first
forward
guest.
to many more. Yeah, first guest. Many more times in the.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have her back yet. Or not.
I know you guys don't like me, so
I haven't
whatever.
decided.
no, we don't like you. We love you.
Aww.
Because of you, I had to
Oh.
go and dig through that box and get a cord.
But if it's not going to be her, it's going to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Joey.
Well, now if anything happens to this cord, I'm
I
gonna be
can't think of
fucking
anybody
pissed.
better to dig through the box to get the cord for.
Oh.
So you dig through boxes,
You
you
like-
said.
I
do.
complete
You
you.
like fill my
wink.
heart.
Such an inspiration, Joey.
I know.
Thank you. Well, thanks for setting up everything, though, Joey.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Okay.
worked his butt off to get us on here.
I did.
Yes, he
It was-
did.
I,
So
Thank you, Joey.
I want to
Yeah.
stab myself in the eye.
we do have new pens over there.
We do.
Yeah,
That
I
Tony
found
in the
them.
closet.
On the floor of the
on
closet.
the floor of the closet. where
You
they
almost
should
closed the
be.
door, and I'm like, no, grab those. We need those
Mhm, we do.
because no pen in here wants to work ever. So
No.
So
it's like me,
just being
You're a
tool.
dried up pen. Is that what you're saying? Joe?
essentially. That's
Oh.
Okay.
the gist of my.
You should find some ointment for
When I
that.
join dating websites, that's what I put in my little description.
I have
Just
the
a dried
worst
up
luck.
pen.
I'm just a
Oh,
dried up
dating online. Oh, I've got some horror stories. Maybe
That's
that will be our
creepy.
next topic.
creepy.
We'll save it.
I do.
We'll
for
save
next
that
time.
one.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, hey,
all,
you guys.
all you beautiful people, I love you.
Oh, well, he's not talking to
Man.
us. He's
No, I'm
talking to
talking
all of
to
you.
anybody listening.
Everybody but us.
I love everybody that's not in the studio right now. Everybody in the studio can fuck off,
How about that?
including
Aw.
myself, especially myself.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
All right.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and we'll definitely catch you next time.
Absolutely.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.